All right. I think we might be live, but I can't. Oh, I think we
Oh,
are.
there we
Okay,
are.
there we are. Let's go back to Zoom if we can here. Okay, great.
All
All
right.
right.
It's so good to see everyone. Well,
Yep.
we wanted to say welcome to the Fireside Chat, and we are excited to be.
Oh, okay, I can hear myself. I don't know how to make that stop. Hang on a second here. Let me close that out. Okay. Hopefully we're still live. I think we are. Okay, great.
All right, we're going to start over here. Well, hello, everyone, and welcome to the Fireside Chat. We do this call every Friday, and it's usually hosted by Mr. John Haremza. He is traveling, and we are so honored that he called us up and he asked us to host for him. Today's topic is all about piquing interest, and it's a good one, and it's a very important topic that we all really need to master and get good at. So we are Bill and Dawn Ball. We're here in our home office in Sarasota, Florida. And we've been in this industry for about 13 years now. And it's really been amazing for us. We were traditional business owners. Bill and I met in high school and senior year. After we played in the sandbox, and after all these years, I wasn't that yucky girl from kindergarten anymore. And we started dating, and we knew that we, as kids, we wanted to, just make a ton of money, and we wanted to be rich. We were 17, 18 years old. And we started our construction company, a landscape construction company. So built that, and fast forward, we're married, and 3 kids later, we had a business that owned our life. We had money, we had, anything we wanted, but we had no balance, we had no freedom. And we made a tough decision in 2008, and we moved to Sarasota, Florida. We're by Siesta Key Beach. Which is voted the #1 beach in the USA every single year. It's absolutely gorgeous. And we had a little bit of money put away to live comfortably for 4 years. And it came time, we're sitting there saying, what are we going to do next? We had to think of our next thing. And we knew we didn't want to go back into that, the rat race, we called it, of, the traditional business, 7 days a week, day and night, always something. And we just wanted freedom. And, that same week, we're sitting there saying, we want to make money while we sleep, while we're on the boat, while we're on the beach. And it sounded crazy, but that same exact week, network marketing, the profession of network marketing, walked into our life, and it's been so amazing. We have been able to help really so many people, and I think it really changes you as a person, because I know for me, I was a quiet stay-at-home mom. I've been a stay-at-home mom for 23 years. And, we met John Haremza, 10 years ago?
Yep, that's right.
And he pushed me out of my comfort zone. And that's what this business does to you. It really empowers you, to want to grow and to want to, just better yourself and pour into others. And we're just really having fun, and we're just so excited to be on here with all of you today.
Yeah, so the topic that we wanted to talk about today was piquing interest. And I'll tell you, for Dawn and I, we were traditional business owners our whole life. You heard Dawn say that, we started knocking on doors at 18 years old. Why? Because we heard that, when we looked at ways to make money, to me, it looked like people that had jobs were really struggling, and people that had businesses were really thriving and rich. And I wanted to be rich. And the reason I wanted to be rich is because, not for selfish reasons, but it looked like rich people had a lot of fun. So I followed the money, and I said, I guess if you want to be rich, you have to be a business owner. And we started our own business at 18 years old. And for 22 years, it owned us. And I tell you what, we got our dream, but we didn't have the time freedom with it. And that's why, the topic of piquing interest is really important to me. And I'll tell you why. From a traditional business owner's point of view, perspective, to a network, from a traditional business owner's perspective, like myself, and now from a network marketer, professional network marketer's perspective, I can give you both scenarios. Okay. In our traditional business, we used to spend $40,000 a year. And that might not sound like a lot, or it might sound like a ton, depending on what you do or what you're used to. But $40,000 a year was our budget for advertising, and our advertising would be in many different forms. It'd be in the form of either radio, TV, newspaper, direct mailers, flyers, whatever we had to do to get the word out there, to get people to call us. So when I started in this profession, it was foreign to me that I didn't have to advertise, that I didn't have to spend all that money on advertising, that my only job was to pique people's interest. Now, when I say pique people's interest, that means really get them to ask you questions, not go after everybody and anybody, and try to get them to join your business, but to get people to ask you questions, to attract them to you, but not through the traditional forms that I was used to, like radio and TV and all these other things. So it was really foreign to us, and there was a big learning curve. But when I got really good at it, that's when I realized the power of not having to advertise, you being the advertisement.
Oh yeah.
Right. And I know Dawn, like, she's just a master. Like, her and I have mastered two different areas of the business, right? Like, she's a master of customer acquisition because she's really comfortable with the products and talking about the products and, sharing with people that way. And I've become a master of piquing people's interest on the business side.
Absolutely. Yeah. And you have to find what you're comfortable with. Some people like to lead right with the business, and other people like me, I love to inspire with the product because I plant that little seed about my product and it generates attention. And we can really pique people's interest every single day. We run into somebody that we don't even know. And if we're really good at, maybe starting a conversation or giving a compliment, you can really generate attention to what you're doing. So being a busy stay-at-home mom, I talk to people when I'm at the deli, when I used to go to the kids' school, when they let you in there. Now they don't. But wherever my day takes me, I am really good at listening to people talk. There's always somebody that maybe has a headache. Hey, I have a product that might help, and I share a story, and I share a tool, and I kind of connect, people to people with their story where they can relate to. And, and I use my app. If somebody says, hey, my knee hurts. Hey, you know what? My husband had the same problem. We were in Key West and he slipped on some rocks, totally sober.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And he hurt his knee, and he's been taking this product, and this is what it's called. It's called Emulin. And what I do, I share a tool. And when I share a tool, I do it right there from my phone, because then if I get their cell phone and I'm sharing a video or maybe an information flyer, I love those too, before I share my website, because you got to do like little baby steps. It creates interest. And then I have their phone number so I can follow up. We were just at the inlet and I had a shirt on. We can advertise with shirts and hats and all kinds of things. And some people put stickers on their cars and all kinds of ways. We were at the inlet and I had just a plain shirt. It said coffee, heart me, coffee, love me. And the lady next to me, she was from Vancouver, and she started a conversation with me because of my coffee shirt. She said, I love coffee. So I said, wow, really? Me too. I've been drinking coffee since high school, and I have weight loss coffee. So it's really planting a seed, generating attention, and not being afraid to talk to someone. I was at my yearly checkup a year ago, and the doctor said, wow, you're so healthy, your blood work, everything's healthy. I'm like, yeah, I take this product. And I had her pull it up right on her computer. And she's a doctor, and I was like a little nervous to talk to her. But I just said, you know what, you just got to get over that fear. What's going to happen if I plant that seed of what I have? We can also do the same thing, piquing interest on our social media. Social media is a great way to connect with a ton of people. And, you don't have to post about what you have every single day, but you can strategically put it in between, lifestyle, family, and other inspiration, other things that you're doing. And, social media has really, really been big for us. And, for example, I posted a face serum that we have, and I didn't put, I did a little video, right? And I said, I feel amazing. I have this, new thing I'm trying, and I love it. And I didn't put on my in my topic, buy this, here's my website, right? What I did was I generated attention, and I said, hey, my mom when I was growing up, she always taught me to take care of myself. She actually, guys, she put milk, water in the milk jug. So there would be, because it was me and my four brothers, and she would put water as the milk went down for our cereal, just so she could buy her good product and take care of herself. And that is a true story. That is my mom.
You never knew what milk tasted like as a kid.
I know. So you can really, guys, you can generate attention, just by little things that you write and say. And then, maybe after a week when that post, like, people are going to comment and ask questions. And then you're going to say, I'm going to send you a private message. You don't want to blast I never blast my website out there. You want to get attention, because when you comment, I just sent you an information flyer, or I just sent you a little video clip on what I'm talking about. Other people are going to say, well, I want that video clip. So you're piquing interest even on your social media, and then really just following up. So, in closing, for my part, we meet people every day. So many people say, I don't know anybody, as they're making their list. You do. People, and you have to just get over that fear and just reach out, talk to them, and continue to pique interest. It's fun.
Now, Dawn brings up a key point about the list, and I don't know anybody. And what we just did was give you a way of adding to your list every single day, because I add to my list every day. And, like Dawn, with the couple of people she just mentioned, they're on her list now. So she added to her list. And so your list is going to be always growing and changing, because let's just be real that, most of us on here have probably been in the industry for a while. But if you're brand new, you always start out with your list. That's your list of people that know, like, and trust you already, right? People that you already do business with, people that are already relatives. That's your key list, right? But you're always going to be adding and piquing interest and growing and adding to this list. Like, I'll give you a couple of examples, then I'm going to open it up so we can hear from some, other people that might want to add. Like the tow truck driver that brought me my classic car that I bought a few months back. He pulls up with the car. I asked him if he owned the business. He said yes. I said, now ready? This is the key sentence. If you're going to write this down, write this down. Do you look at other ways to make money outside of what you currently do? Now, if you get really good at that, and you can repeat that to yourself in the mirror 15 times a day until it rolls off your tongue.
And you say it with confidence.
You got to say it with confidence. But I looked him right in the eyes.
Posture.
And I said, Jose, this is your business? He said, yeah. I said, Jose, can I ask you a question? Now, I asked him permission first. He goes, yes. I said, do you look at other ways to make money outside of what you currently do here with your tow truck business? And I smiled. And he said, well, yes, I'm always looking at other ways to make money. And I said, great. If I sent you a link that has a video attached to it, would you enter your information and watch the video? He says, absolutely. Guess what? Jose's on my list. And he's been on my list now for 2 months. He hasn't made a positive decision yet, but every time somebody else takes that tour, he gets a notification. And I say, hey, did you see what happened? Okay, I added him to my list. Same thing with the insurance adjuster that came to our house to take a look at something that happened to the house. He's up there on the roof. We're walking around. We're checking things out. And, when he got down, I said, do you own this insurance adjusting company? He says, yes. I said, John, can I ask you a question? He says, what? I said, do you look at other ways to make money outside of what you do here with your insurance adjusting business? He said, of course I do. I'm a business owner. I said, I knew that already about you. Business owners are go-getters. If I sent you a 2-minute video with a link attached to it, would you fill out your information and watch the video? He said, yes. He's on my list.
See, you're just planting seeds every day, and you leave the door open. It might be not the right time for certain people, but make them feel good. Just keep reaching out until they tell you not to, and just keep plugging them in.
And here's the difference between what Dawn and I do. She leads with the product. I lead with the opportunity. Yeah. And there's no right way or wrong way. Yeah. Because the way our compensation plan is set up in this company, you can win by having just customers. I mean, literally win like crazy with just customer here. So with that being said, I'm going to stop talking. And I love to talk, by the way. I'll keep talking if you want me to.
We love doing this.
But we'll want to get ourselves out of the way and see if somebody would love to share anything that you'd like to share. Questions, stories, whatever you have.
Yes, it is a fun, interactive call.
Go for it. Raise your hand, unmute yourself. Okay, everybody shy today? I'm gonna count to 3, and then if we don't hear anybody, Okay, go ahead. Who are we talking to?
Mark.
This is Mark Jackson. How are
Hey,
you?
there we are, Mr.
I
Jackson.
knew it.
Hey
All
man.
right.
Hey guys, I when I saw the title of this training that you all were doing, I was like, oh man, because this is like the wheelhouse right here. And I tried to wait for somebody else to jump in first, but nobody jumped in, and you were counting down. So, but guys, I'm gonna tell you something. I did a training back in Vancouver on my first international convention with Valentis, and it was all about exposure. And peaking interest is nothing but exposure, right? You got to expose your business, and I always say the people that you talk to, they're not prospects, they're all suspects, right? They're suspects, okay, until they ask you for what you have. Until they ask you a question about what you have or the opportunity or the products. In Dawn's case, that's when they convert themselves, but only until they ask you for what you have. So just like Bill was saying, they need to ask questions. You want to get them to ask questions. And I want to share 5 things, Bill, real quickly. I know y'all weren't planning on this, but you just hit the wheelhouse right here. But I want to share 5 things out of my first book, because one of the things I talk about is exposure. And these are over the decades, these are what my favorite 5 exposure lines are in network marketing. And I've been doing network marketing since 1979. I was like 17, 18 years old. So I've had a lot of failures, y'all, but these were the top 5. Okay. So the first one is very, very simple. And that is, have you heard about, right? Have you heard about? So when you hear Dawn, when Dawn was talking and she said, if someone says they have a headache or they have a knee pain or they have an inflammation, that's my first question. It's like, oh, really? Well, have you heard about? And then go into, have you heard about this product everybody's talking about? Emulin. And of course, they're like, everybody's talking about it and I haven't heard it, right? So have you heard about? That's my first favorite lead-in question, because all these questions, you want to do it, and jot this down, guys, within the flow of conversation. You don't just want to walk up, hey, you want to do it within the flow of conversation. So the first one's, have you heard about? The second one is a straightforward question. I love Bill. He focuses on the business side, and this is a straightforward question. And I do this, guys. I just ask somebody that looks sharp, they look like they're a hustler, and I just say, hey, do you like making money? Right? It's a straightforward question that I've gotten people to just, do you like making money? And if they're stocking the shelves at Walmart or they're doing something, they're doing it to what? Make money. The third question, Bill, and I love this one, this is great for health and wellness, is what excites you more? Now, remember, you don't just walk up to somebody. I don't just walk up to Kathy Gregg and say, hey, what excites you more? Right? It's within our conversation when you smile and right? But what excites you more? And here's within the flow of conversation. So if Kathy Gregory was talking about she needs to lose some weight, or she was talking about she needs to get healthier, right? But whatever it is that you're talking about, that's what you mentioned first in the 2 choices. So it would be, well, Kathy, what excites you more? Okay, now she's been telling me she wants to get healthier. What excites you more, Kathy? Getting in the best shape of your life and feeling great, or earning an extra $500 a month? So what I did was I gave them a choice and a light switch, right? Because she's probably going to say get in the best shape of her life. And then I'll come back with the next statement, which is, oh, I've got something you need to see. That is real important phrase I use. That is something, I got something you need to see, Kathy, right? And then the fourth one, Bill, is and this is, I built a team, like 600 people joined in like 3 or 4 months off this one question in this different company, not this company. And that is, would an extra $500 a month give you some breathing room? Right? Would it give you some breathing room? And it's not the $500 a month that gets them going. It's the breathing room. You can almost see their shoulders go, I pay all my bills, Dawn, and I still got 500 in my purse or in my bank account. So what if extra $500 a month give you some breathing room? And you got to pretty much say it like that so that they can get that exhale. And then the last question, within the flow of conversation, we're in 2021, we're all coming out of this pandemic and mess. So I just like to ask them, hey, how's your 2021 going so far? Or whatever year, how's your 2022 going so far? And it just opens up that conversation to get them complaining about, family, their business or family or any situation that they're in. So Bill, thanks for giving me 7 minutes, man. But when y'all started on peak interest, I was like, oh man, I got to share this. So I'll shut up now. I hope that was some value.
That was very
Very
valuable. Thanks, Mark.
valuable.
Yeah, we love hearing from you, man. And you know what you said about the extra 500 a month, it's so critical because I was just having a conversation with somebody 2 days ago. And that was really the crux of the conversation was, do you realize that $500 a month can change somebody's life, literally? Because a lot of people are making the decision between either paying the mortgage or paying the groceries.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, how are you going to eat if you don't have any money left over after paying the mortgage? Do you keep your house or do you eat? What do you do?
Bill, I heard a statistic just 2 days ago, and I wrote it on my whiteboard over here, and I'm gonna read it. It says 30%. So 3 out of every 10 people you meet in America, 30% of the United States cannot cover a $400 emergency expense.
Yep.
Isn't that strong? So that $500, guys, it means the world. Even with people driving BMWs and Mercedes, they all want that extra, right?
Oh, yeah.
So I really shut up this time.
No, so Mark, you're so right though, because here's the thing: like, piquing interest will become so much easier for you and everybody if you just realize that what you have to internalize that what you have is a life raft. You have to, like, I know in the beginning, I'm just going to go back to when I first started in network marketing. I felt guilty piquing people's interest because I felt like I was trying to get them to do something they didn't want to do. Now you have to understand, if you have a mindset switch here and you flip the switch to you have solid gold life raft in your hands because of that stat that Mark just gave.
And everybody needs it.
Everybody needs this.
Some way or another.
And if you don't look at it, I feel sorry for you, but I'm not going to blow you out of the water because I'm going to revisit you in another 90 days.
That's right.
Right. And we're going to talk again. Right. Because here's the thing I know about people that you blow out of the water. They're sunk. You drowned them. They're done. You know, if you make them feel guilty because you piqued their interest and they're not interested, you can't revisit that person. You know, you destroyed it. So, you know, make sure when you pique their interest, you're coming at it from the mindset that you got solid gold. And if they say no, don't take it personally, because a lot of people do.
Yeah.
You think that they're saying no to you because they don't like you. It's not that they don't like you. Timing is everything in life.
And so many people are afraid to talk to other people and to reach out and to speak up. And you have to remember what we have here, but there's no magazines, there's no radio advertisements, there's no TV commercial, there's no billboards on the side of the road that say, you know, what we have here. It's our voice, and we have to reach out because people are praying right now for something. And if it's health, if it's finances, no matter what it is, or even just plugging into an amazing community of people. I mean, don't you just feel so good just being on here all together on a Friday afternoon?
It sounded like somebody unmuted. Did somebody unmute that wants to talk?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, go ahead.
Okay.
Hey,
Who's first?
I see Karen.
I see Karen. We'll take Karen, and then I couldn't see the other person, but it sounded like a male voice, and we'll go back to whoever that was. But Karen, go ahead.
I want to ask, I know that Don, you lead with the product. When is it that after you lead with the product, before you leave that person, do you also encourage them to sign up for the virtual tour? And how do you approach them with it after you tell them about either the coffee or whatever that you tell them about? How do you tell them to go ahead and sign up for the virtual tour, or do you?
If I'm talking to them about the products, then I like to connect with them. See, if I share a product flyer or if I share a product video, I do it step by step. I don't blast them with everything. And it depends, you know, if they're also looking at the business, then I will share the tour with them. And I tell them, make sure when you share the tour that they know that they're going to put their name, their email, their information. Otherwise, they're not going to do it. And you have to just let them know that you got this and nobody's going to call them or bother them. But I mostly lead with the product flyers, and it's right in the app that we have. And you can also get it in the back office, the different sites. But the app is amazing, the Share Valentis app, because the flyers are on there and they have all the information and then all the videos, and they are updating them every day. They're being updated. They're adding new stuff and changing stuff around. So it really depends on who I'm talking to. But if they just want to be a customer, I use the My Valentis site, my personal My Valentis site.
Yeah, now Karen, that was a great question.
Yeah,
and I'll give you an example too that'll help, because even though I'm very business driven, So I'll give you an example. I have a gentleman that I have a little farm here, Dawn, and I run at my house, and we have a tractor that's getting worked on actively. And the guy that was working on the tractor at my house disappeared for about 2 weeks. And I was a little concerned because I had given him some money up front to work on the motor, and I can't find the guy anyway.
You didn't want to tell me.
And I didn't want to tell her because, I'm afraid that I'm getting burned again, right? So anyway, he called me this morning. He had just gotten released from the hospital. He had a heart arrhythmia and some kind of hole in his aorta or something he had to have patched, and he didn't know about it. He's a young guy.
Yeah.
And I said, let me look into this, but I think I have something that might help you. And I asked some questions about our Emulin to some people that would know.
Mm-hmm.
And I called them back and I said, I got something I need to share with you. I'm going to send you a link to a product I want you to take a close look at.
Okay.
And I sent him the Emulin. You have your own personal website for Emulin. Okay. And I sent him that because I don't want to like this. I'm not beating him over the head with the business. I want this guy to get healthy. Right.
Right.
I want to fix him. I want to help him get fixed. And we can't make any medical claims, but I feel like this product could really help him get on the road to health.
Yeah, and at least let him research it and make a decision.
Yeah, so it's all situational, but that was a great question, Karen. Now, I know he's also a business owner because he owns the business that is diesel business working on my tractor. So after I get him healthy and he loves my product, of course, I'm going to circle back and talk to him about the business part of it.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. So if they just want to do the business, because I talked to somebody last night, and they don't want to just do the business. What they want to do actually is just to order the product. So if they just order the product, just encourage that, because then they'll see how well it works, and then they might decide they want to get into the business and just leave it approached in that direction.
Yeah,
100%.
A lot of people do start as customers, and then for right in their back office as a customer, they get a free back office and a free site and everything.
Right.
For $20, they just click a button. We just did it. I don't remember for who, but last week we had a customer and they wanted to upgrade to membership. So it's $20.
Here's the other thing that Dawn's right on with this, and this is so huge. If you look in your genealogy, right, in your back office, and you look down the tree and you see a blue box, that's a customer, right? But if you look under that blue box, you'll also see yellow, 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 pink, 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 right?
Right.
That customer has a position in that tree. And as soon as they click upgrade, they've got all those people under them.
Wow.
So so what I like to do is I'll go through my customer tree and I'll look and I called my father up a couple days ago and I said, Dad, I know you became a customer. I said, but let me tell you what's happening under you. You wouldn't believe who I just signed up. And I told him, he says, what do I have to do?
Wow.
I said, $20, go on there and click, I want to make money. And now you're a member.
Wow. Okay.
Yep. So they're in the tree and you can always circle back with the business part of it.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
You got it.
You're welcome.
All right. Anybody else have anything? Fred, was that you that wanted to talk before?
Yes, it was. Is there one video you use more than others? When you say you meet someone you don't even know today, you promise them a video, which one do you normally use?
Well, it depends on you say you don't know him. Was that situation you don't really know him well?
No, you just met the guy the first time, and you get his contact information and.
Yep. And now that would depend on how I piqued his interest. So if I piqued his interest and I said something like, hey, do you look at other ways to make money outside of what you currently do? And he said, yes, I would put him on tour immediately. And I'd send him my tour link from my app. If I was having a conversation with like Dawn, if she has a conversation with somebody from a grocery store, like, I think the classic one I heard from her was when she was talking to the guy that always cuts the deli meat behind the counter. And she started talking to him about Emulin, I think it was. And she sent him the Emulin video, so it's all situational. But for me, like my go-to products wise is always the Emulin. And now it's the enzyme, because there's a lot of problems people have, and the weight loss coffee. My go-tos are the weight loss coffee. That's a great conversation starter. The Emulin, because it just about seems like somebody's got an ailment that it'll help,
And as far as the business side, right on our app, on the Share Valentis app, John Haremza has a great training on how to get paid. And we have some recorded trainings too.
Yeah.
So there's a lot out there, because if they're looking at it as a business, he explains the comp plan training on how to get paid. So
yeah. So there's not, to answer your question, there's not any in particular video. I use there's a lot of tools in that arsenal, but it's all situational. So now let's just use an example. After I've piqued somebody's interest, Fred, and I've sent them maybe the tour link, and I haven't heard anything back from them, you know, my next step would be now the follow-up comes into play, right? Because a lot of times people are just hanging there like, what do you do now? You sent them the tour link, they're on tour and they're not getting back to you. What's going on? Well, in the background, they're getting emails from the company. Every time somebody takes the tour under them, they get an email. Every time the company has a Leapfrog Thursday come up, they get an email. So the company's dripping on them for you, but a little phone call out to them is tremendous. So I'll go up that line and I'll look at people that might be on tour, or I'll go in my app and look for people that might have watched a video. And I'll say something like, hey, Fred, tonight, I don't know if you're aware of it or not, but we have a webinar at 9 o'clock Eastern time that talks about the opportunity. And one of the diamonds in the company is actually doing the presentation. I would love to invite you. If I send you the link to the webinar tonight, can I get you on the webinar? And then they'll jump on the webinar, and then I'll try to get them on a three-way call with the diamond that did the webinar, or my upline, you know, John or whoever, and then try to close the business at that point, if that makes sense. So there's no in particular video, but there is a series of steps with each particular person.
Thank you.
You got it.
You're welcome.
Anybody else have anything they'd like to share?
Can I ask another question?
Bill, do you ever send the power line video?
Well, Jerry, yes, thanks for that question. And Karen, we'll get right back to you. So Jerry, your question was, do we ever use the power line video?
Right.
Yeah, and here's what I like to do. So when you send the tour link to people, I believe the power line video is the first video that pops up when they go to watch a video.
Yeah.
It's the first video in the tour. So in other words, if I say, Jerry, I'm going to send you a link. It's a free tour to our business. Would you watch it, Jerry? If I send you a 2-minute video, but you're going to have to enter your information, you say, yeah. I say, good, there's a video on there and I want you to watch the first video. It explains our power line system and how it works. And you're going to be part of this power line. So Jerry, after you watch this, is it okay if I call you back and follow up and see if you have any questions?
Okay, that's great. I actually thought the first video that they saw was the coffee one, like the Do You Believe it's called in our app.
I could be wrong, but the last time I sent myself a copy of the tour,
on the tour, it's the power line.
It was the power line.
Yeah,
now, one of the other things that I will do, Jerry, and it's a very good question, is I'll also send them the power line video. I'll say, look, you know, I know I sent you the tour, but let me send you this power line movie so you can watch this and understand how our system works too. So you can send them that. And yes, I do send that separately because that's a very powerful video and it's a powerful system. Here's why. Most people don't want to be in business by themselves and they don't want to feel like they're alone. And that really gives them a level of comfort that, hey, there's some people here helping me. I'm part of a team. So yeah, it's a very powerful video.
And I think it's been upgraded too, because I watched it just a couple days ago and it seemed different than it was when I watched it a couple months ago. So I think that may have been one of the ones that's been upgraded. Do you know?
I don't know that particular one. I haven't watched it in a bit, but they are doing a lot of updating.
Oh yeah, every day they're making changes and adding stuff, which is exciting.
Right.
Yep.
Excited.
It's a good possibility. Karen, Jerry, I'm sorry. Did we answer your question okay?
Yes, you did. Thank you so much.
No problem. Thank you. And Karen, I think you had another question.
I did. The sample pack. How's the best way to use the sample pack?
I'm sorry. Somebody cut in on you there.
How is the best way to use the sample pack?
Okay, so I know that there's some new technology coming out on how to use the sample. It's either in the app now or it's going to be soon.
Well, right in the app right now, if you go to your app, there's a section for sampling. And right now, as of yesterday, it was just the instant use.
Right.
And for $5, you can send a sample to someone. You can pay for it, or they can, go on and pay for it. They are going to be adding, I believe it's right here, the tropical black.
Oh yeah, sticks. Yep.
Yeah, in the sticks for sampling. They're also going to be adding the thermo roast and a couple other things. I believe the skincare, the new skincare line is going to have samples. So they're putting it all together now. So that's why they say check every day, refresh your app because it's on there.
Okay.
So you can do it that way. I think that's going to be the best way to do it.
Yeah. And let
right
me,
through the app, and you don't have to do shipping. You don't have to touch anything. $5.
Wow.
And it gets shipped. It's attached to your personal website. It has your return address on it and everything. So I think it's a great deal.
When I heard about this
Yeah.
at the convention, I about fell out of my chair because I realized the power of this tool. Like, this is huge. I don't know any other company that does this or has this capability. To be able to go right from your app and send a sample out to somebody, boom, it's like unbelievable.
Now you can also in your back office, you can actually buy the sticks and do the 6-day experience. I call it a 6-day challenge, but a 6-day experience. So if you go under order in your back office and you scroll all the way down, you'll see there's the samples of the instant youth of and the thermo roast right now.
Okay.
And a lot of people put those together, like the thermo roast, you can do a set of 6 for $20 because in 6 days, somebody's going to feel energy. They're going to feel something. And that's for people. You can put that in the mail yourself.
Right.
And
Okay.
get the money, get the $20 from them.
Okay. Awesome.
Yeah, it's a good question.
Karen, is that an antique radio back over your right shoulder?
It is.
That is
It's
so
my grandmother's. You can see it.
I can tell. I love that.
Wow.
Oh yeah, that's a classic right there.
We have the small version of that from Bill's grandmother.
Yep. That's a family heirloom right there. Love that.
Yep.
Thanks for sharing.
Oh, you're welcome.
Does anybody else have a question they would like to ask Karen about her antique radio? Okay. If anybody else has anything they'd like to share, now's the time. If not, we're going to say we thank you so much for your time.
Can you guys hear me okay?
Oh, yeah. Hey, Siv, how are you?
Bill, Don? Hey, what's up, guys? I'm actually on the way. We're about 2 hours away from Loomerland. But this absolutely like my favorite subject. So I just wanted to chime in, especially because I'm very passionate about the sample process. I think out of all the different things that we can talk about, whether it's like piquing interest and talking to our quality people to recruit or retail to recruit, the sample process is absolutely the most duplicatable process for us. And through just some of the things I've done in online marketing and attraction marketing, the number is this: 80% of the people you talk to just want to experience the product, right? And so we kind of use it as a gateway process. And if you understand the process and you master the process to get people to experience the Valentis experience, not just the sampling process or the recruiting process, if you allow people to experience the Valentis experience, chances are they're going to make a decision, right? And most of which is either going to purchase more products from you or be an advocate of the experience, right? And so, yeah, it's the sample process. Absolutely, like that's the main thing I talk about. Of course, if I'm talking about to high caliber people that's in the industry, one of the things I like to do is position the product as a way for me to get in the door, right? So if I'm talking to Bill and I'm just connecting with you, and I know you're a high caliber networker, I would say things like, hey, it sounds like you're married to your company, and I know focus is a factor of success. But here's the thing, you don't know what you don't know, and I don't know what can happen in the future. I'm very excited. We're getting a lot of success. I'd be happy to send you a few samples just to get my foot in the door, right? And then from there, we've actually, like just in the past month, we've actually had just this process, me and another, my partner, we've actually sponsored 3 people that are top leaders from a different, not different company, but in network marketing. That kind of like had a bad taste in their mouth, but because we got them, we got our foot in the door, I got connected with them, and then I connected them to John. They were able to experience how simple the process was, and they've done some crazy complicated things, and they're like, wow, if it's that easy and you have a system that's gonna, it's gonna get better and better. But here's the deal. If you take everything away, we have high impact products and we have a culture that everybody in network marketing wants to experience, right? And if you allow people to just get into the process and then you just usher them through the process to the next part of the process, they're gonna make a decision. okay, I want to know more about the relief, Prevail Relief. I want to know more about Amulet. I want to know more about this. I want to know about that. And so I just wanted to share that because it's easy for us to complicate the process because we want everybody to sign up. But the reality is you got to get good at getting good at what you got to get good at. And that is getting your foot in the door and leading them to the next part of the process. So I hope that makes sense. And I hope it wasn't too choppy since I'm on the road. Back to you guys.
Yeah, Siv, I love that, man. I love that you lead in with 80% gateway. That's huge.
Cover it up.
Somebody else want to talk here? I heard somebody. No,
Actually, it's me, Bill. I'm sorry, my husband spoke. He didn't know I was on mute, unmuted. Hey, I just wanted to say one of the things I love about all this is the support. Karen is one of my new reps, and the support that you feel by being on something like this call right here. Everyone together has experience, and we get to have that fall over onto us so that we can be better at developing in what we're endeavoring to do and building our businesses. So thank you so very much for always being available, for John being available and doing this fireside chat. I just think it is a phenomenal tool for us, and to know that our new reps can participate in that and be better.
Absolutely. And that's what it's all about. It's all about people helping people. And thanks for sharing that, Kathy. And I remember when Karen first got on the new member launch, the first time we had it, I saw her smiling face on there, and I could tell she was taking it all in. And, but that's what it's all about, ladies and gentlemen, is really, this is a people helping people business. That's all it is. And that's why there's an opportunity here, because we don't pay high paid actors and actresses to endorse our products. We are the high paid actors and actresses because we become high paid by being passionate about what we do and getting on calls just like this and learning from other people. And that's how we do it. Like, there's nobody on here any more special than anybody else. We just have been through more experiences in this industry and as a result, stuck it out more and made a little bit more money. So with that being said, I want to say we appreciate everybody here. Thank you all for jumping on.
Thank you. That was so fun.
Yep. We appreciate everybody. Thanks, guys. I think we're going to stop recording and we are going to stop our live. And God bless everybody.